Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson score a rare tabloid retraction.
And Kim Kardashian gets a so-called panic room. Heidi Hamilton from the Frosty, Heidi and Frank show and Dish Nation here to talk about that. So let's talk about the Tom Hanks situation first. You know, you go to the supermarket tabloids, you almost expect that a lot of this is just like gibberish, right? I mean, it's funny, some of the stories. But
and we're all guilty. Like, there's a long line at the store, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to flip through it while I'm waiting. And, yeah, I mean, that was a big part of the National Enquirer and Star Magazine were saying, oh, it's over. Their 29-year marriage is done. Their $400 million marriage is done because he's in love with, you know, Meg Ryan and this other actress that he was working with on the latest film. And they were sick of it. And so they were threatening that they didn't sue, but they said that we want a retraction, we want an apology. So they had this, you know, big-time attorney, Marty Singer, just simply send a letter and say, make it happen. And they did sort of get a quasi-retraction. But going back to your earlier point, Bobby, where people just sort of expect it, they said, I'm sick of status quo. Because you hear a lot of actors go, oh, you know, they always write that crap about us. And it's just sort of part of the game. And Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are like, no, we're not going to stand for that. It's not right.
I love that they have a big anniversary coming up. And they said, you know what, family is our foundation. And they're such a power couple. If anybody could stand up to the tabloids and be an example for others.
Yeah, it's them, and I'm glad that they did that. And yeah, to your point, it's like they've got kids, they've got grandkids. You don't want them seeing this kind of stuff, and it's just ridiculous. And I'm glad that they stood up and are not going to just go, oh, it's status quo. You know, you're a celebrity. They're going to write, you know, lies about you. It's like, no, that's not okay.
What I find funny is we don't show the actual retraction there or what they actually said, but in the retraction they say we did not intend to write this story.
So
like,
it's sort of,
yes, you did.
Yeah, you totally did. Even if they're like, well, we never said they were getting divorced. No, you alluded to it. And you let people, you know, it's like a political tactic. It's like, I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying enough to make you go, wait, are they getting divorced? And so, yeah, they're not going to stand for it.
So just to be clear, it's not true.
It's not true. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are fine. They're adorable.
Yeah, we love them.
Yeah,
that made me sad when I saw that. I was like, I hope that's not true, and thank God it's not.
All right, so Kim Kardashian news. I guess she's really, really shaken up by this burglary.
As you would be. I mean, imagine. A lot of people say, whether you believe the story or not, let's say that the story is in fact true. That is having a gun put to your head. You've got two children that is, you know, you're worried about. You're hogtied in a bathtub. Yeah, I think that's going to change your entire frame of mind. And now she's having a panic room put in her $20 million house.
And it's not just any panic room.
$100,000. It can withstand a 1,000-degree fire. It can withstand a 7.0 earthquake. You know,
has a bathroom.
Tons of security cameras.
Perrier.
I mean,
well,
the
but
works.
Seriously,
I'm surprised she didn't have one already. Quite frankly, I mean, it's the Kardashian West family. You'd think they would already have that. In a listen, if I'm paying $20 million for a house, it should have some bells and whistles.
What's $2 million?
Exactly.
They forgot the panic room. But I can imagine she's having a hard time.
And her mom said, yeah, she's really, everybody's sort of coming in and helping with everything because she's just not herself. And so the sisters, thank God for sisters, they step up. They're helping everything out. They're sort of helping run the website and her whole brand and her whole business. So her mom's kind of taking care of things so that she can just get her head right, which I'm sure is going to take a long time. She'll always feel. I mean, I've been burglarized. It's scary, and it does. You know, it sort of is always there. It'll probably never go away for Kim Kardashian. But having a panic room, certainly going to make her feel better, especially after the big election coming up.
However,
a lot of people are going to want a panic room.
This didn't happen at her home. We should point out this happened elsewhere.
It happened in another country, yeah. But people do know where she lives, even if it's a gated community.
And you hear just go on one of those celebrity tours, right? They'll tell you where she lives.
Exactly.
And you've seen other celebrities that have basically been burglarized, or they had like home invaders come in.
And those are people with security cameras and fences, and people hop fences. And
fans are in their house.
Yeah, it's scary. So yeah, I don't blame her for having a panic room. I would love one, just filled with wine and goldfish crackers.
7.0 earthquake.
Yeah, can withstand that. Let's all go to Kim Kardashian's house when the bad one comes.
It's a very SoCal.
And Kardashian will survive.
A very SoCal
fires
panic
and
room.
earthquakes.
Okay, guys, you can hear Heidi every morning on the Frosty, Heidi and Frank weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. and 95.5 KLOS radio. And
yes, and you can see her weeknights here, 6:30, 11:30 on Dish Nation right here on Fox 11.
Very busy gal. Thanks, Heidi.
Happy election, everybody. Oh, my God.
We'll be right back. Want my popcorn bowl?